That's a question I bet you kept asking yourself every time.
Hey, don't call me out. Tops and stuff from there. I don't think I've ever bought. That's not a word. I don't think I've ever bought.
Hina, are you still on the website?
Listen.
Alright, so moving on to the next store, we got. Alright, this next store, me and Hina have history with this one. The next store, Hot Topic.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm gonna let you go first, Hina.
Where do I even start? Every time someone brings up that store, all I can think about is how 13 and I walked in there and I was like so intimidated. And then I saw.
Wait, really?
This was like back when One Direction was like really popular. So I saw like a shirt, like a One Direction t-shirt, and I was like, cool, I want this, even though it was like $20 and it was like all the money that I had in my wallet at the time. And I bought it. And let me just say that I've spent so much time in high school just buying band t-shirts there because I couldn't find them anywhere else. And I would literally just drop 25 like it was nothing.
The amount of times you and I used to hang out in that mall, Hina, and I try to drag your ass out of Hot Topic just to stop you from spending money from any more t-shirts.
Listen, it was like that store was like my entire personality trait.
It is.
Not so much anymore, but it used to be.
You know, sometimes I forget that when we used to hang out, we would always go to Hot Topic, and because of the way I dress, kind of like more like the preppy type, every time I enter that store, I'm like, I don't belong here. I should just wait outside for Hina.
I feel like whenever someone thinks of like a store, when they think of like Hot Topic, they immediately think of me. Like that's just I go so hand in hand with this store to like all of my friends that it's not even funny.
Didn't you used to work at one?
I was going to. I applied there and then they never got back to me. But one day I will live my dream.
You know, it's also embarrassing for Hot Topic. Every time I bring my mom in there, like one time, me and her, we were trying to figure out Christmas gifts for my friends, and I remember Hot Topic does sell like all the Funko Pops, and there is one specific Funko Pop one of my friends was dying to get, and I found it. So when I went up to the register, I showed them the Funko Pop, and immediately the girls are like, "Oh, you're getting this one from this series? Fuck yeah, it's my favorite." And my mom's standing right there, pretending not to listen to our conversation. I was like, I am sorry, Mom. I just needed to buy the gift. I didn't expect her to say this.
Definitely kind of a weird store to take your parents into. But used to... Oh, sorry.
I was gonna bring up, because remember in our episode on It's Been a While, you said you brought your mom in for your first tattoo?
Yes.
That's what it felt like for me. Yeah, but our moms knew it was for a good cause.
True.
Alright, so enough about our Hot Topic stories. Let's get back to our criteria. So for this first question, in terms of like the design, I know Hot Topic does like their own kind of like designs for the bands that they're with, but depending on the band you like, you're gonna get a different style every time.
Yeah, that's very true. It really just like depends on. I would say that there are good days and there are bad days. Sometimes you'll walk in there and you'll find something that you really like and it's exactly what you wanted. But other times you'll walk in there and you'll be like, what is this? Like, why am I paying $25 for this?
Oh my god. That's a question I bet you kept asking yourself every time.
Hey, don't call me out.
Yeah. Okay, so the bands that I used to buy t-shirts from in that store were 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, and Fall Out Boy. And I don't know, based on like the shirts like you get, you can tell like this is kind of like the 2012 2015 era of that emo phase you probably had.
Yep. Yep. And like if you were anything like me and you just wanted something accessible band merchandise, even if it was like ugly, then yeah, you would go for it. But
Yeah. And then other times too, like I know they're like very limited on like how many bands they can cover, but every time I enter a hot topic, like I also listened to Paramore back then, and Paramore was like one of my top favorite bands back then. Every time I enter, I was like, "Where's all the Paramore merch? I love this band. I love Haley Williams. Where's all the Paramore merch?" And then they finally start selling it at when their album After Laughter released. I'm like, really? After all this time?
yeah, you really have to. It's a waiting game, and you really have to check frequently for things that you like. I would say that recently they've become, like, as a store in general, Hot Topic has become more of like a pop culture store
It
than like a
has.
music, and like, and so you'll see like, okay, I don't want to shit on anybody who likes this stuff because you like what you like, and I respect that. But you like nowadays, I'll walk into a Hot Topic and it's cringy. I don't like. It's not. It used to
Shit.
be where all the cool kids would, not the cool kids, but it used to be where all like the, I don't want to say outcasts, but that's the only word I can think of.
I was straight up gonna say the emo punk type bands.
Yeah, used to go like hang out and feel like they like, as cliche as it sounds, feel like they belonged somewhere, and then all of a sudden pop culture took over and it was like, now we don't have this space anymore, and now everybody comes in
Yeah.
here.
I was gonna bring that up too, Hina, because like back when you and I went to high school and we kept going in there, yeah, we usually keep seeing like the typical like emo bands or emo punk bands we would like both of us liked. But then going back to a hot topic after like away in college, like this was what's I'm not dissing on this. I'm just very surprised that they started selling like K-pop merch. They included BTS, they included Blackpink. I saw a couple of times where I think Super Junior and EXO were on the wall. I was like, where did the K-pop stuff come from? Even Red Velvet, I was like, okay, I love you guys for including Red Velvet. They're my favorite K-pop female band, but in a hot topic, that's the last place I would look for something like this.
Yeah, I would say that like, I mean, it's nice things, don't get me wrong. Like there's a, the thing with Hot Topic is that there's like a good divide between like the nice things and the things that are just like, why? Like, why are you selling this? I would argue that, as surprising as it is to see like K-pop stuff, they're pretty good. I like them. I like the designs, and I like what they have to offer. They're very good with like Disney and sometimes even Harry Potter. Like they do a really good. They work with like really good brands like Loungefly, and I can't think of the other ones off the top of my head, but I like those. I like those collaborations. You just have to look.
Yeah, I do feel. Yeah, I'm agree with you on that. Like, as much as it's surprising to see K-pop and like Disney and anime and like all this stuff, and it's kind of like what we think was like the emo punk phase in that time. They actually still pull it off pretty well. When I looked at the Blackpink T-shirt, they make it look pretty cool. I didn't have money at the time to buy a Blackpink T-shirt, but I was like, why is it so good? So how about the feel of these clothes?
Pretty average.
I was gonna say that too, yeah.
You get what you get. I would say that it's not um, it's not worth $25, but
It's not.
you know people will pay for it anyway. Me being one of those people, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's very, again, like I said, if you want like accessible merchandise and you have like the disposable income for it, then by all means go ahead. But expensive.
Yeah, and if we are talking about the last point, saying like if they're worth buying, again, it is like a very the feel is pretty much average, but like price points, yeah, like sometimes, well, to me, I think sometimes they're cheap for like $10 shirts. Other times they have like exclusives like that go up to like 25. But I guess that also depends like of how hardcore a fan you are, depending on what you buy in there. And sorry for calling you out on this, but Hina's a good example.
Yeah. I can't even argue with that. Yeah, it's a great example. I oh my goodness. I used to go in there to find merchandise for like all of the smaller, like less popular bands that I would listen to. And it worked out sometimes, but you really just have to look and make sure what you want is what you really want.
Yeah.
I actually got one of their Hogwarts House's jackets, the really nice ones, like the varsity looking ones. They're like sort of thick, and then they have like a hood. Those are really nice. I enjoy those. I would say that that's worth $50, $60. I paid for it, but
Hina. Hina.
listen, listen. It was a Christmas present to myself, and I wear it a lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
I do actually like.
Like I said earlier about H&M, like if I were to pass by an H&M, you would see me immediately in there. For Hina, it was the same thing. As soon as Hina passes by a hot topic, she's immediately in there, and then it would be up to
Yeah,
me to drag her out of it so that way she doesn't spend so much money.
yeah. I I will say that it is overwhelming though in there
It
sometimes,
is.
and in like it's usually like dark and kind of cramped, so you would have to like just like be prepared.
It is always small, yeah.
It's very like reminiscent of like Forever 21 in the sense that like it's very overwhelming, but like in on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah. Oh, dude, remember when Hot Topic used to sell the vinyls in the back? Do they still
It's
do that?
those days.
They,
I no, I don't think so. Not that I've seen
oh man.
recently, which makes me sad because I really like vinyls.
Yeah, I never bought a vinyl, mainly because I don't have a vinyl player, but they were just so cool to like scroll through and just find the ones you like. Anyway, so that's enough for Hot Topic. The next fashion store we are going to be talking about Old Navy. Okay. Old Navy style. It's pretty basic as it gets, to be honest. If you want like a basic looking t-shirt with like a cool graphic, Old Navy pretty much has those a lot.
Yeah, what you see in the commercials is what you get.
Pretty much. Oh, I was gonna start talking about the jeans, but is there something
Oh,
you
go
want to add?
ahead. Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here's my thing with Old Navy jeans, because I usually just buy the blue jeans. They are comfortable, I give it that. But sometimes I feel like the Old Navy jeans are kind of loose. Like, there's so much, like, leg room in the jeans. But I do give it that like, yeah, like I said, it is comfortable when you wear them. But, like, damn, they look so thick, so airy. I don't know, that's just for me for jeans. I can't speak much for the women's, like I keep saying.
I'm not sure if I ever owned a pair of Old Navy jeans. I think I've tried them on once and I didn't really like them, but I've never like it wasn't long enough to like give a good enough judgment. I usually just like I go in there to get loungewear more than anything
Mm,
else. So like really like comfy like shorts that I could just wear around the house or like a t-shirt dress or like sometimes even slippers or sometimes like a swimsuit, but that's very rarely.
yeah, for me, I usually don't buy most of the tops at Old Navy. I mostly focus on the jeans because I do like how comfortable it is. But like I said, it's very loose. If I had to rank the jeans, so based on what we talked about, I would say American Eagle is or no. Okay. American Eagle I would say is first for their jeans. Hollister. Okay, between Hollister and Old Navy, I would actually put Old Navy second, and then Hollister third for their jeans. I don't know. That's just me. Because, like I said, the feel for each of their jeans is actually comfortable. I like them. But if we're going to talk about the last question for this, are they worth buying? Yes. I actually do think Old Navy has good, reasonable prices most of the time.
Yeah, I agree with you. And they're also like their quality is like it's fairly consistent. So you can't like what I mean to say is that you can't go wrong with Old Navy.
Yeah, but like I said, the only thing I would say they should probably maybe improve on is probably their tops. Just the overall design of their tops.
Agreed. They're kind of ugly. Sorry.
And the next store we're gonna be talking about, good old Ross. Ooh, Ross.
Yes, dress for less indeed.
Okay, Ross. We are including Ross because technically it does sell clothes, but I do understand that they have like brands from like different like companies. But we're going by technicality, guys. So let's talk
It,
about Ross.
yeah, it's a very like catch-all store, but like it's like the things in there aren't terrible.
It's
They're not. I wouldn't say that they're like great or like fantastic, but they're not terrible.
yeah, Ross. Like look, browsing through clothes at Ross, they're actually it's not that bad as you think. I own a couple of shirts from Ross, and I was like, yeah, I bought these because overall I do like the design I find, and also it's a pretty good price point. And I think Ross is kind of like one of those other stores where it's like, sure, like the Ross stores are huge. There's like a lot of stuff within the clothing section, but there is eventually a couple hidden gems in there. You just have to kind of dig through, kind of like H&M, but Ross has a lot more variety for you to dig through.
It's a great way to put it. I definitely agree. I found I found some pretty cute like tops and stuff from there. I don't think I've ever bought. That's not a word. I don't think I've ever bought. Yeah, Tina can't speak English. Anyway, I don't think I've ever bought jeans or anything from them, but from what I've like seen and from what I've like rifled through, I they're not terrible either, actually. I'd want to try a pair at some point in time.
Okay, so let's jump into it a little bit more of how do the clothes feel? I think Ross, it's kind of like what we said for Hot Topic. It like the shirts wise, it's kind of basic. Like it's a basic T-shirt, but with like there's actually a cool design on it. I'll give it that.
They're pretty comfy, not as comfortable as like H&M or even like American Eagle, but they're wearable, they're breathable. You get what you pay for, basically.
Pretty
And
much.
it's not like Forever 21 uncomfortable. So it's sort of in the middle of all of the stores that like we've ranked so far.
Yeah. And okay, the only two issues I have with Ross clothing, one, I can never find my jean size in Ross. Like I browsed through so many of their jeans, I'm like, where's my size? I can't find it. I find sizes that are a size too big or a size too small for me, but where's mine? Yeah, and then the second thing, Ross also does sell shoes, but like we said before, it's kind of like the variety type. So you will see shoes from like Vans, Converse, Nike, Adidas. Like I said about the jeans, depending on your size, like for me, like for example, I'm a size 9 when it comes to shoes. When I look at the size 9s, they don't actually have good shoes for me to try on. And sometimes they're like uncomfortable for some reason. It's like, why do these pair of Converse don't feel so great? Why? I don't know. That's just me, and I can't speak for anyone else on that issue.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Ross for their shoes. Unless like you really wanted like a nice pair that was affordable. But they're not the most comfortable
Yeah,
or the nicest looking. I mean, it all depends on where you go. Like
pretty
some
much.
Rosses are pretty dumpy, not gonna lie, but sometimes you'll find like a really nice, well managed store.
Yeah. But I have been lucky a few times for Ross where I actually did find a good pair of. I found a good pair of like purple Converse I've been meaning to get, but I'm still searching in the Ross stores where I can find the very cheap Timberlands boots. I always wanted to get those Timberland boots, but they never have in my size. They're usually in like the size 12s or the size 10s. I'm like, my feet are tiny. I can't do it.
One day you will. One day.
Yeah. And bringing up to the last question, is are clothes from Ross worth buying? Definitely.
Like for sure. It's not again, it's not like anything like incredible, but I would go I do buy clothes from Ross, so yes.
Yeah. I actually have a funny story when some of my cousins came to visit me here in the US. I was trying to show them around. I was like, okay, so this is what it's like living in the East Bay. And then next thing you know, the moment they see Ross, they're like, Brian, take us to Ross, take us to Ross. I'm like, my guy, I got you. Let's go. Next thing you know, like we all come back with like 2 bags worth of Ross clothes, and my parents are just like, damn. Alright, so moving on, we got Tilly's. The one store I actually never bought anything from.
Tilly's is very they're similar to like the style of American Eagle, so like very like movie, like coming of age movie type clothes,
Yeah.
except like for the skater kids. For the there you go. If you wanted a protagonist wardrobe, there you go.
He was a skater boy. Yeah, they know what.
I can't really speak very much for their clothes because I think I've only ever owned like one or two things from them, like tops, and they're pretty comfortable. And their designs are not ugly. They're not terrible.
Yeah.
I do enjoy like walking through a Tilly's. It's nice.
Okay, like I said, I never bought anything from Tilly's, but right now, when I used to go, and also right now, I'm looking through their website for the men's T-shirts. I love when they do the Japanese style ones. Like I'm browsing through their site right now. There's one where they did a collaboration with Carl's Jr. and it's like these two little characters like in a pile of Carl's Jr. French fries, and I think yeah, the katakana says French frio. Oh wait, I think I said it wrong. But still, it's so cute. It's so clever. I like it.
I need
Um,
to look this up for myself now too.
it's in the men's, but I'm not sure if they actually have the same thing for the women's. I would actually wear that Carl's Jr. one. Um, yeah, it's like you said, Hina. It's like it is for like kind of like the skater aesthetic, and yeah, I would buy these clothes, but we'll talk about the price point later. So let's talk about I don't know. Have any of us tried like the feel of Tilly's clothes? Because I can't really say much for this.
From the what I've managed to like wear, I think they're pretty soft. They remind me of a little
Really?
bit about of like H&M, but like slightly inferior to H&M. I like wearing their clothes, and I would definitely buy more of it. Like, okay, so you know how we said that Hot Topic is basically my personality. This is the other half of my personality.
Damn.
Am I wrong?
No, not really, but I do see it. Yeah. Like I said, I can't really speak much for men's side of Tilly's. But if we're gonna wrap this one up, yeah, is it worth buying? What are their price points like? Just by looking at their website right now, it is kind of more on the expensive end. I mean, there's a couple of reasonable ones in here. Like I think shoot, I just lost it. Okay, yeah, never mind. The Carl's Jr. one that cost $25. Damn it, I wanted it. I wanted it.
I would argue that for the quality of the clothing, it makes sense. Like like slightly more expensive than I would expect to pay,
Yeah.
but it makes sense.
I feel like Tilly's is another one of those stores where it's kind of like the price points are also hit or miss. Like you'll find something good at a reasonable price a few times. But yeah, I mean, if you guys out there actually do appreciate like the quality and the overall design of these shirts, then I would argue that it would be something for you. Then you could buy it at the base price they have it.
Yeah, I agree. If you really, if like that's your kind of, if that's your style, if that's your thing, then yeah, I would say go for it. Probably just because I doubt you would be able to find much else for like a nicer quality.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much it for Tilly's. Now, the very last store of this episode, and oh my god, this is my absolute number one favorite, Uniqlo. Uniqlo, ooh, I love this store. It's so good.
I would do anything for this store.
You know what's funny? It's like when my capstone teacher asked me before saying, "Hey, can you come up with like potential like dream jobs you guys want to do?" Uniqlo was one of these stores I would absolutely love to work for as a graphic designer. Okay, let's start talking about the designs. I love their designs. Their designs are
Amazing.
so cool. Especially when they do the cross promotional stuff with like different artists and, like games or anime or K-pop. Like I love the style they pull off.
They definitely do it right. They definitely they know what people like and it works for them.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not like everybody it's yeah, it's not like everybody else that's like selling like I don't know, like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt or something. Like it's right in the name. Everything that they sell is like unique and you can tell exactly where it comes from.
That's why it's called Uniqlo. Yeah, I will say one of my favorite T-shirts that I've ever bought from Uniqlo was it's like one of those like pocket T-shirts, like the little pocket in the front, and on the pocket on the front it says Friday is my favorite F word, and I like it, and I recently found out who created that T-shirt or like who gave the art. It was an artist called Timothy Goodman. I didn't find out about it until I started following him on Instagram, and I realized like, wait, this is the guy that made the Fridays my favorite F word T-shirt. This is my favorite one. But they also do have really unique like Japanese style ones too. Like I have one Afuri ramen. I just picked it up because I liked ramen a lot and I wanted to I just thought it'd be funny to like pick that one up.
Currently going on a shopping spree as we speak, and it makes me kind of sad that I didn't get the job for this because I had a job interview with them. And I thought
Aw
it went pretty
man.
well. Yeah, well, it's okay. I can always try again.
I also kind of do like some of the hoodies and like the jackets they wear or they have. Like I have this one like black kind of like raincoat. It it honestly just feels so it looks kind of funny because I'm kind of like a big dude, right? So I kind of just look like a big marshmallow in it. I just thought it was funny. I actually kind of like it. But if we are going to be talking about the overall feel of these clothes,
Oh,
whoo, don't even get me
incredible.
started.
Like you thought we were raving about H&M?
Okay, their t-shirts are nice. Their flannels are really soft and comfy. I have a red flannel from them, and I wear that typically on very good days.
I
And
also have a red flannel from them. We might have the same one, but go on.
but the biggest thing I have to give Uniqlo credit for, their jeans are super flexible. I love the flexibility of these jeans.
Everything is like comfortable. It's not even just like the jeans, it's literally everything. Everything's like comfortable and breathable and very, as you said, flexible.
Yeah, and I remember like me and my old roommate, where me and him we were like talking about how Uniqlo is like our favorite store to buy like pants from. I remember on our way to like class, we were talking about it, and he was wearing I think not jeans, but it was like probably I think probably like slacks or joggers or something. he said, "Oh, this is from Uniqlo," and we were talking about the flexibility. This dude literally can do martial arts high kicks in this, and it doesn't even rip or it doesn't feel uncomfortable. He said, "If I were to get in the fight in these jeans or in these pants, I would." You gotta give Uniqlo that. They make everything comfortable and super flexible and also durable, surprisingly. Like, we were talking about American Eagle, how it's durable. This one is also very durable.
I sound very distracted because I'm like, you can't see it, but I'm actually looking through their website right now.
Hina, if I were there right now, I would close the tab on you. We are not doing this again. We are not doing this again. I'm trying to help you save money.
Listen, bold of you to assume that you would have the strength to close this tab. Like, I highly doubt that you would be able to close it without at least looking a little bit.
Hina, don't make me. You're making me tempted now to look at what deals they got.
I'm just calling everybody out here. It's worth it.
You know what deal I totally missed out on when they had a limited time offer? The BTS deal that they had. Because they actually had good looking like BTS well, not really BTS, it's kind of like their characters BT21, but they had like super cute designs on them. I was like, damn it, why didn't I go to the store on time for this sale? Hina, are you still on the website?
Listen.
Hina, we're almost done with the episode. You can look at it later.
Okay. Go on. I'm listening.
No, it's okay, but that's another thing about Uniqlo. Like, when they do like the super special deals, you gotta be quick to get your hands on these ones too. Like, as soon as they release a new design on a t-shirt, like the ones that are like the very specialty ones, like you gotta. I think one of my friends one time woke up super early in the morning just to pick up a pre-order he got for this for the t-shirt he got. I was like, bruh. But if we're wrapping things up, are they worth the money? Oh hell yeah, they are. Jeans can be a little bit expensive time to time, but I think based on the material they use and how flexible it is, oh yeah, it's hella worth it.
Agreed.
And t-shirts are not that bad either. When they comes to like the specialty designs, like most of the time they're like $10. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I buy it.
Sponsor us, please, Uniqlo.
Uniqlo, please. I have some of your I literally said you guys are my top favorite. Please sponsor me.
We are no longer asking, please.
Someone out there, please send this episode to Uniqlo so that way they can sponsor us. I'll actually do a face reveal just to sponsor Uniqlo. Because we've just been using Discord icons the whole time. Yeah. So I think that pretty much wraps up all the stores. But if we really want to wrap things up, out of all the stores we talked about today, Hina, which one would you rank first? Which one would you rank last?
First definitely is Uniqlo. And then
hell yeah.
Last, probably Aeropostale.
Wow, I was literally gonna say that.
We're on the same wavelength. We literally went from like worst to best.
Pretty much. Yeah, but Uniqlo is my top favorite. H&M I would put it as second. And then American Eagle will be third. Ross fourth. And then, all the other stores I'm like, meh. But Aeropostale, I'm sorry, like, you guys are last in our book. We just don't like your style as much. Uniqlo, a big round of applause to you. Big round of applause. Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this episode of This or That Fashion Store edition. This ended up being a long recording session, so gonna have to make this a 2-part episode again. So what you're listening right now is probably part 2. I'll be making part 1 of this very soon. Well, at least by the time I'm done recording this. And yeah, thank you so much, Hina, for joining in on this fashion store discussion.
Thanks for having me. I swear I don't hate everything.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if we didn't get to touch on any other stores that we didn't mention in this episode. If you guys want to give them a shout out, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. Tell us what you think about that store and what you think of our thoughts about our favorite fashion stores. Do you guys out there like Uniqlo? Do you guys agree that Aeropostale is not your favorite? Let us know. Just be nice about it. Respect us in the comments. So, anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of This or That. If you guys want to hear more episodes and podcasts, make sure you subscribe to Apartment 308. Like today's video, go ahead and comment some fashion stories you guys like. Share this with all your friends. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you guys over on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.